Hello everyone and welcome to Mountain Lake Journal. I'm Tom Halleck. This week, Ticonderoga is the latest community in the North Country to be awarded $10 million by the state of New York to revitalize and reinvigorate its downtown with several multi-million-dollar projects.
If you look at every DRI community in New York State, their most successful public investment project has been a streetscape enhancement.
For the downtown, Nicole Justice Green with the nonprofit Pride of Ticonderoga says more than $3.5 million will go to improving Montcalm Street.
New sidewalks, paving, lighting, signage.
And more parking behind the Knights of Columbus building, which is one of the centerpieces of the DRI.
And this is a beautiful historic building.
A building that includes a dance hall that many people in town have never seen before.
And then they showed me this third floor and I got knocked over sideways. Like, where has this been? I've been here for 5 years. I've never seen this.
You've never been up here before.
And unless you grew up in the community, because this has been shuttered for about 15, 20 years, and a lot of people have never been up here. They didn't even know that this exists.
When you saw it, what did you think?
I just saw limitless potential.
The plan to add some balconies, up to 350 seats, and turn it into a year-round performance venue.
And not just, concerts, but also ballet, small theater, the visual arts. I mean, there's a lot that you can do in this dynamic space.
Dr. Evan Mack, a composer and Skidmore College professor, envisions musicians, dancers, even stand-up comedians coming here to perform.
You could imagine bringing in a guest artist, right, and to perform for the community, paying tickets, and then we say things like, hey, can you come 12 hours or a day before and work with our kids? Or have a talk back, or let's have a jam session and record it.
Mack, who founded We Are Instrumental, that buys, collects, and repairs used instruments that are given to school kids across the Adirondacks, the nonprofit plans to move to the second floor of the Knights of Columbus building, where it will add an instrument repair shop, private and virtual lesson rooms, and even a state-of-the-art recording studio.
With recording, you want to isolate sound as much as possible.
So the idea is 24 hours, they can come in, they can practice, they can make music, they can record things, and have their lessons. It's transformative.
Mack recently brought several students from the high school across town for a visit to get a tour of this building that many have passed by for years, never knowing what was inside and up the stairs.
So the drum set is right back here.
Many of these music and theater students say they can hardly wait to see what this place will become.
This is the first time I've been up here, and it's insane that this has been up here for so long and just untouched. There's a lot of potential in this space.
I've never been up here before. It's not going to be done by the time that I finish high school maybe, but just knowing what it's going to be for so many people is just honestly inspiring.
Evan Mack, who brought hundreds of students from across the Adirondacks to Ticonderoga last fall for a music summit, says much of what they did that day, like connecting students with professional musicians, will be one of the things they'll be able to do at the new Performing Arts Center.
We can have a flute clinic once a month. We could bring up the brass quintet to work with all of our brass students in the entire region. Well, now we can have the ability to do that, right? You'll have this amazing space that can be an absolute sort of center of the spoke on the wheel.
Justice Green says Pride of Ticonderoga will buy and renovate the building from the Knights of Columbus, add an elevator, and make it ADA compliant. They hope to get going by this year and open within the next year or two. Along with the Performing Arts Center, plans are also in the works to renovate this vacant building, a former boat building business just across the street, to create space for 2 new businesses, with 4 apartments for tenants upstairs.
We are not going to find a commercial tenant who can afford 26,000 square feet in our small downtown. So we have to break it up so the building can pay for itself with renters, and we can have reasonably sized commercial units downstairs like we do. Some affordable housing up above, which, that is incredibly marketable in a downtown that's up and coming like ours.
The work on that building will come in the next couple of years. For now, much of the focus is on turning the Knights of Columbus building into the Adirondack Performing Arts Center.
Pride's in the business of saving our buildings and incubating good ideas. It's very emotional, very happy day, but truly the work really begins now.
And we're going to transform this space to something living and breathing again. It's just going to reinvigorate the community and really the region across the board.